What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's a beautiful spring day here in Findlay, Ohio, and I'm hanging out in the beer shed getting ready to check out a new beer. Now, the beer I have today is from Shea Brewing. These guys are out of Akron, Ohio, and this is from their Akröner series, and this is the Premium Vanilla Porter. So Shea is probably one of my favorite breweries. I know when I started, they had multiple beers that were in like my top 10 or whatever for my first 365 days. Spirit Brewery I really dig. I think they're up to 3 locations now in Ohio. I've never been to them. I know Anderson's been there, but I've never been to one, but I do see their beers on the shelf pretty much everywhere I go around here. They're pretty easy to get. But this one I hadn't seen before. So I guess this Akröner series is something new they're doing. I thought I saw they had a Pils or something else that was in line with it, so I'm not sure exactly what the whole deal is with the Akröner thing. I mean, obviously they're from Akron, but I don't know what ties them all together. But figured I would give it a shot. 5.2% ABV, 26 IBUs. Trying to see if there's anything else interesting on the can. It says here an English-style porter with a hint of vanilla. If you hear noises in the background, there's a military show at the fairgrounds near my house today. 2 Huey helicopters buzzed by earlier, and I think they're shooting things off in the background. It's a pretty cool event. Anderson and I went by there last year, and they actually had a tank that had like a flamethrower attached to it. It was shooting flames out. It was a pretty neat show. What did we buy? I think I bought a hand grenade and some MREs like a nerd. So this does well on the ratings, on the beer apps here, 3.65 on Untappd with only about 398 check-ins. Beer Advocate 374, although there's only 4 check-ins. So obviously a newer beer. So I'm going to break out my Brew HQ chart. I would say this is kind of like a dark cola color. If I'm going to break out this chart, I'd probably say maybe 35, something like that. It's kind of brownish, but if you hold it to the light, there's a little bit of a tint to it. The head got 2 fingers of what looks like nice tan khaki colored frothy foam there. It's not really breaking up or doing anything weird. Looks pretty good. Let's give it a sniff. Pick up a bit of like a roasty scent. Maybe a tiny bit of vanilla. Vanilla is one of the flavors that really, I guess, troubles me sometimes. When natural vanilla is used and it tastes like it's a complementary flavor, it tastes good. But when you just try to cram a bunch of fake artificial vanilla into a beer, dreadful. That's what it smells like. Roasty malt, maybe a tiny hint of vanilla. Let's give it a shot. Cheers. As always, the body, I would say, is probably medium, a little bit on the lighter end of the spectrum, but the body's pretty decent on this. As far as the taste, not super complicated. You pick up some nice roasty grain, like a malt kind of thing, as you go through it, like a regular porter, and then you get maybe the slightest hint of vanilla at the end. You don't really get a ton of vanilla, which is cool. I do like porters. They're kind of a simple style, but they're good for what they are. You kind of get those rich, dark kind of roasty malt flavors coming through. A lot of times they remind me of dark bread. So if you had maybe like I don't know, some kind of, what do you have, like a Russian black bread or something like that, more like that kind of scent or taste or whatever it might be. That's kind of what this is reminiscent of to me. And then at the end, you just get a little bit of a hint of vanilla to kind of fancy it up a little bit, which I think works pretty well. Other than that, not tons going on. 26 IBUs. I think you might get maybe the slightest hop presence in there, like a slight bittering hop, but it's not tropical, it's not fruity, it's nothing like that, like you'd have in hazies or wild stuff. It's just kind of basic. Nice roasty malt, tiny bit of hops, nice vanilla finish. So for me, the vanilla porter in this Akröner series, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, it's got the little umlaut over the O there, and I always get thrown off when I see that umlaut thing on a letter. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, as I don't speak German. But for me, vanilla porter in the Akröner series, Shea, big thumbs up. I definitely dig this. I'm going to try to hunt down some of the others from this series just to see what they taste like. So hopefully, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Have you had the vanilla porter from Shea, or have you had any of the other ones from this Akröner series? If you have, let me know what else I should be looking for. I know when I did the Google research, I think I saw one pop up, and I didn't really read it. I was just looking for this. But I'm not sure how many others are out there. I'd love to try some more. Hey, till next time. Cheers.